Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Cougar Sports Network for some home softball here in River Forest. It's the Stars versus the Cougars, and Alyssa Campos getting things done early. First pitch thrown at 12:58 here, so a nice sunny day in River Forest. And these two teams battling for a Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference matchup, and a lot of history between these two teams. Last season, the Cougars picked up their first sweep over the Stars since 2015, and that was near the end of the season. So the Stars coming back to the campus of Concordia University Chicago a little bit hungry here today, as that one is going to be fouled off. Leading things off for the Stars, Isabella Olmos, batting .371 on the season. A nice sunshiny day in River Forest, taking advantage of the nice days when we get them here, whether in the Chicagoland area, a little back and forth, dependent on the day. And a nice day here as Campos now sits with the 2-2 count for Olmos. This one connected on, sent foul, out of play. Olmos keeping herself in this at bat here. The 2-2 from Campos. Connected on, sent foul, out of play along the first base line. Yet again, 3 foul balls for Olmos. As this one drops low, makes it a full count. So a 3-2 count, almost doing a nice job staying aggressive at the plate and working her way into this count. 3-2. And the 3-2 is put into play right up the middle into grass. A nice leadoff single for Olmos, gets things rolling for the Stars early. She battled her way in that at-bat, 3 foul balls along the first base line, just a tad behind the pitch, but finally able to make strong contact and send a little roller just into the perfect amount of space to get her way on base and hand things over to the next batter in Peyton Salfi. Salfi batting .260 on the season. She sends this one deep into space. That's going back at the wall. Bounces off the top of the fence. That's going to give Olmos plenty of time to get all the way to third. And sliding in safe at second is Salfi. That ball had some force to it and hit just at the top of the fence. So that's going to put 2 runners in scoring position for the Stars with no outs on the board. Reagan Davis now at the plate for Dominican. She's batting .339 here. She lets that first pitch go by for ball 1. Coming into today, Dominican, they're on a 4-game win streak, and they are starting things off hot here already, as that one is going to be sent to second. The play is at home to stop the run from scoring, and they successfully do. A great high IQ play there is going to put 1 out on the board and erase that run from scoring. So a great play that is going to allow Davis on to first. Now you got runners on the corner, but Eliza Auger doing a nice job preventing that run from scoring. As head coach for the Cougars, Sarah O'Malley Fisher, she's going to come out and have a word with her infield. Let's take a look at that infield while we're at it. So Alyssa Campos, she's dishing in the circle for the Cougars. Behind the dish, Melissa Hajik going left to right on the infield. Jasmine Gonzalez, Elena Pilis, Eliza Auger, and Maya Lorenas. And then going left to right in the outfield, Haley Goldsby, McKyler Morris, and Emily Garcia. We've seen this lineup fluctuate a little bit here so far in the early goings of the season for the Cougars, but really settling in and finding some confidence here. A lot of fresh faces in the field in comparison to the last year in the infield here alone, you've got 3 freshmen taking care of the left side of the field. So Coach O'Malley Fisher, just a brief word, resettling some things, and the field resumes here with Campos still dishing in the circle. Emmy Slavens at the plate here for Dominican. First pitch she sees is up and away, but catches that corner of the zone for strike 1. Campos is going to reset here. Sounds like there's a little bit of an issue with the pitch communication. So Melissa Hajik getting a new watch, trying to settle things back in. Campos making her 4th start this season inside the circle for the Cougars, as this one is going to be popped up foul out of play over the Cougar dugout onto Division Street. That is 3 foul balls now today that has made its way onto Division Street. For those unfamiliar of where this beautiful softball field is located here at Concordia, Chicago, it's right along Division Street, and so foul balls often make their way onto the street. And just off screen, there's some open space where cars know not to park, but the steal down to second is successful for Davis. Cougars look to try to catch Peyton Salfi over on third, but Hajik's throw a little bit off the bag, but I believe it might have even clipped Salfi a touch and kept that ball easily in play. As this one is going to be hit high into the outfield, backtracking at the wall, collecting it is Garcia. All the way at the fence is going to give plenty of time for Salfi to cross home plate, and the Stars strike first here in River Forest. But the Cougars pick up their 2nd out in the top half of this inning. That's going to hold Davis over on second and bring Charlie Harris up to the plate for Dominican. Harris batting .457 on the season. As first pitch delivered to her, low for ball 1. This one swung on and missed. The throw down to second is not going to be in time. Hajik was really trying to catch Davis lacking a little bit, but Auger just not back to the bag in time. But she is able to collect it and prevent any extra bases. So the 1-1 count here for Harris. She connects, puts that one into play. It's going to be a chopper over to third. Gonzalez scoops it up, the throw off the bag, and that is going to allow Davis to score. She's sliding in safe at home. Harris safe on first. So the Stars go up 2-0 here. 2 away, and now a runner over on first. And that's going to bring Madison Butler to the plate for Dominican. Butler batting .273 on the season. She shows bunt. The throw down in plenty of time. Harris trying to slide in head first. I believe her knees kind of hit the ground first. She had a little bit of a collision in the field. She's down in some great deal of pain. So we're going to take a quick break here on the Cougar Sports Network. Stars lead 2-0. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, very thankful to see Charlie Harris getting up and walking off the field on her own accord. So very fortunate for that, and I believe it was the Dominican athletic training staff that was on site. So taking a look at her and seeing what she is going to make her way back out into the field. So all is well there for Harris, but that is going to put the Cougars now behind their bats, trailing 2-0 here in the bottom of the first. And Mykyler Morris is going to lead things off for CUC. Hannah Richards inside the circle for the Stars, looking to get things going and keep their hot streak alive here. Hannah Richards, she is making her 9th start this season for the Stars. She's got a 1.30 ERA and 37.2 total innings pitched. She's held her opponents to a 188 batting average against her, so really locking it down here, and she delivers strike number 1 to Morris. Morris fouling that one off over the Cougar dugout. Morris batting .378 on the season. She's making her 15th start this season here today as she sits with the 0-2 count. That pitch misses outside for the 1-2. The 1-2 to Morris, delivered upstairs for ball 2. Cougars coming off of a split day up in Wisconsin. They faced off against Concordia University Wisconsin yesterday, where CUC forced the 11-inning win over Concordia Wisconsin, as that one is going to be fouled off in right field. Gotcha. Good shot. I don't know how that happened. As Morris is going to pop that one high into foul territory, but backtracking and collecting it for the out is Madison Butler. So that's going to bring Emily Garcia up to the plate for CUC now. Garcia making the return of this season in the outfield for the Cougars. We saw her primarily at second base last season, but she's batting .333 on the year. A strong force at the plate right now, but she's going to take that one for ball 1. This one connected on sent right back up the middle, and easily able to collect it was Richards for the out. So 2 quick outs here for CUC, and that hands things over to Arissa Santos, looking to get things going with a 2-out rally here. Santos, a senior on this CUC team, leading the way this year. She's batting a .543. She's making her 16th start here today, as she's going to let that first pitch go by for strike number 1. So the 1-1 count here for Santos. Delivered outside for ball 2. As I was saying a little bit earlier, Concordia Chicago facing off against Concordia Wisconsin yesterday. And a long game that was. 11 innings played, and CUC walked away with the 4-3 victory before falling in game 2 against the Falcons. But Santos is going to connect on that one, but easily able to reach out and scoop it up was Butler for out number 3. So that is going to send this to the top of the second. CUC still trails 2-0 when we come back. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, and a new arm in the circle for CUC in Morgan Hofek. So that is going to close out Campos' time in the circle, but she is going to move over to third in the field. So one inning from Campos and hands things off. Hofek this season, she's throwing a 3.87 ERA. She's making her 9th appearance here today. 25.1 total innings pitched. As this one fouled off, quickly sits with the 1-1 count now. So taking a look at that final stat line for Campos. 1 inning pitched, 3 hits, 2 runs. 18 total pitches thrown, as this one is put into play, rolled over to short, and the throw is in time for the out. Auger able to scoop that one up and control easily. So with Campos now over at third, Auger staying at short, and that's going to move Jasmine Gonzalez over to second now for the Cougars. As the first pitch here delivered in there for strike number 1. Aaron Keller at the plate for the Stars. She quickly sits with the 0-2 count. Hofek working quickly and effectively here for CUC is ahead with 1 out on the board. The delivery fouled off. Slow roller over the first base line. Kelleher sitting with the 0-2 count here. That one missing low for ball 1. This one put into play. Gonzalez able to collect it and easily get the throw over in time for out number 2. CUC infield getting put to work here today. And that's going to bring Sarah Cornell up to the plate for the Stars. Cornell batting .212 on the season, looking to get a 2-out rally going here. As she swings the first pitch, she sees it's a roller over to third. Campos collects it and gets the out. 3 quick outs in the field. CUC infield going to work here, and they hold the Stars scoreless as we head to the bottom of the second. CUC trails 2-0. Due up for the Cougars in the bottom of the second is going to be Hajik, Campos, and Lorenas when we come back on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, Melissa Hajik leading the inning off for the Cougars as she takes that one for ball number 1. Richards still dishing in the circle for the Stars. Hajik, she was responsible for that win over Concordia, Wisconsin yesterday for the Cougars, picking up a very clutch home run in the 11th inning to put the Cougars up, and then the CUC defense getting to work in the bottom half of that inning to hold them with that 4-3 lead. She sits with the 2-1 count here. The 2-1 in the dirt for ball 3. The 3-1 here in there for ball 4. So the first walk of the day issued to Hajik, and that's going to bring Alyssa Campos now to the plate for CUC. Campos at batting .311 on the year. As the first pitch to her catches that outside corner for strike 1. And Campos going to take a quick second and talk with head coach Sarah O'Malley-Fisher and assistant coach Dave Galitko. These two teams just starting out in conference play here. Cougars coming into today 1-5 in NAC play. Dominican on the flip side of that, 4-2 in NAC play. So still early goings of the season. Both teams just looking to pick up some momentum. As Campos shows bunt but pulls back for ball 1. The 1-1 count here. They're going to try to throw down and catch Hajik. She's safely dove back to the bag. Hajik, no stolen bases on the season. As this one is going to be fouled off above the Cougar dugout. 2-2 count here for Campos. The delivery here, low in the dirt for ball 3. Good work behind the plate from Davis to keep that in front of her and in control, holding Hajik over on first. Full count, no outs, runner on first. Campos sends this one into play. The scoop over to second is in time, but not in time to turn for 2, so that is going to erase the lead runner in Hajik. Put one out on the board, and Maya Lorenas now at the plate. Good work from Salfi over at short to collect, and looking to turn 2. Just got a little bit tied up in the process. First pitch to Lorenas, delivered outside for ball 1. Wind starting to pick up here in River Forest. Like I mentioned, it is a nice and sunny day. A little bit of clouds here, but some wind gusts blowing about 12 miles an hour right now towards the north. As that one is going to be in there for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out on the board here in the bottom of the second. Richards delivers this one. That's going to be fouled off along the first base line. Lorenas, I believe, was trying to check her swing. Didn't really want that pitch, but made contact anyway. So a slow roller that just rolled foul. 1-2 count now for Lorenas. This one's going to be fouled off along the third base line now, headed towards the Dominican dugout. This one's going to be connected on. It's going to find some space and make its way all the way into left field. Lorenas picking up the first hit of the day for the Cougars here. Sending that one into the perfect amount of space. It's going to move Campos over to second and bring Eliza Auger up to the plate for CUC. 1 out, runners on first and second. Auger batting .306 this season. She lets that first pitch go by for ball 1. This one connected on. Slow roller. Richards able to collect it. She's going to be able to get the throw over in time to erase Auger, but it does move the base runners another base. So Campos on third, Lorenas on second. The throw over, I believe that Madison Butler was trying to catch Campos off the bag a little bit. She made the throw over to third. Campos firmly planted on the bag. Great effort there from Aaron Kelleher to collect that and prevent Campos from having the opportunity to head home. So the Stars taking a quick moment to settle things in, slow things down a little bit. Cougars have a runner on third for the first time here today, and Jasmine Gonzalez is coming up to the plate for CUC. Gonzalez batting .280 on the season. She's making just her 8th start this year for the Cougars. The freshman out of Riverside, California, being blessed with some nice weather for some softball here today. As the first pitch delivered up and away for ball 1. The 1-0 from Richards. Missing low and away for ball 2. Richards done a nice job for Dominican so far here today, holding the Cougars scoreless in the first inning and working her way back into some difficult counts here in the second, but she's got 2 outs on the board, runners on second and third. This one's going to be fouled off. Two-one count here for Gonzalez. The 2-1. Delivered inside for ball 3. Favorable count here for Gonzalez. There's an open base on first. The 3-1. In there for strike number 2. Gonzalez thought she had ball 4, but instead forced to settle back in and work through this one, as Richards is also working through this one. She's worked her way right back into this count, a 3-2 count, 2 outs, runners on second and third. The delivery. In there for, I believe, strike number 3. They're going to say Gonzalez was trying to check her swing. They referred to the field ump, who in turn said that she did swing. Coach O'Malley Fisher very unhappy with that call and gets that call reversed, I believe, because the ball was on the ground is what the argument is that. So the home plate umpire is going to confirm with the field umpires here. Very exciting things here to start this game off. What could be a bases loaded walk here, to load the bases up, I should say, or out number 3. As falls silent here in River Forest, everyone waiting for this final outcome. Head coach of the Stars, Christina Lucas, came out and had some words with the home plate umpire to plead her case as these two teams await their destiny for the inning. If Gonzalez is safe at first, that is going to bring Haley Goldsby up to the plate. As the umps are still discussing and coming to now discuss with Coach Lucas, who is not happy with the outcome here. So presumably that means that Gonzalez is going to be safe. So they are going to call that as straight ball 4. And that's going to bring Haley Goldsby up to the plate now for CUC. She's got 2 outs on the board, runners on every base. And Coach Lucas going out to discuss with her entire field. Outfielders coming in as well. Just trying to resettle. That's a tough call here for either team to have to work their way through. So just being able to collect the team, resettle things, and play through a bases loaded situation with 2 outs. As the base runners and batters here discussing with head coach Sarah O'Malley Fisher. Coach Lucas still discussing with the field ump regarding, I believe, that last call. Everybody has returned back to their positioning here, but she is still on the field discussing. Very exciting start here. Game 1 of 2. A Division Street rivalry here. As I was saying a little bit earlier, these two teams, they met up towards the end of the season last year. The last home game of the season for the Cougars was against Dominican, and that wound up being a senior day sweep for CUC, the first time the Cougars had swept the Stars since 2015, ending in back-to-back walk-offs by none other than Alyssa Campos. Coach Lucas still discussing with the field umpire. So game officially awaiting for her to exit the field, which she has. So now play will resume, and that is going to bring Haley Goldsby now to the plate here for CUC. Goldsby batting .293 on the year. She's making her 16th start for the Cougars here in her senior campaign, as the first pitch delivered to her up and away for ball 1. The 1-0 inside for ball 2. First time that we've seen the bases loaded here today for either team. CUC trails at 2-0 here in the bottom of the second. 2 outs on the board, a 2-0 count for Goldsby. Richards trying to work her way out of this. She delivers this one, and therefore strike 1. Cougars remaining patient at the plate, not rushing or forcing anything, trying to take advantage of the base runners that they have on here. Behind Goldsby brings up the top of the order for the Cougars. So the 2-1 count here for the senior. She's going to swing on that, foul it off backwards. Fills this at a 2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Richard sends this one away, and Campos is going to come home. The slide is in time. Alyssa Campos taking advantage and puts the first run on the board for the Cougars. A very great effort there from the Cougars, and Reagan Davis behind the plate for the Stars. She got there quickly, and the toss was really on line. Campos was just ahead of the throw by a little bit, so that's going to move runners around now on second and third. Open base on first. And a 3-2 count. After that one misses in the dirt to fill this up. The 3-2 to Goldsby. Swung on. That's going to go into right field, but making the diving grab for the outs was Charlie Harris. So great effort there from the Stars defense, but CUC able to tack 1 run on and cut the Dominican lead in half. So we are going to head to the top of the third. CUC trails by 1 when we come back on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, Hofek still dishing in the circle for CUC. At the plates here, showing bunt and fouling off the first pitch she sees is Kayla Amormino. Cougars trail 2-1 here, as the Stars still work their way through their lineup here. Amormino fouls that one off along the third base line right towards the Dominican dugout. Oh-2 count here. Hofek thrown 1 inning so far for the Cougars. Just nearing 10 pitches as that one's going to be put into play, and that's going to get down in grass. It's going to get all the way past Morris in left center. Morris able to collect it at the fence, but that is going to be a stand-up double for Amormino. And jump-starting the Dominican offense early, that's going to bring up the top of the order for Dominican. Isabella almost now at the plate. She's 1 for 1 on the day. She picked up a leadoff single up the middle in her first at-bat. As the first pitch delivered to her is going to be fouled off along right field. The 0-1 here, in there for ball 1. Almost showing bunt, pulling back, letting it go by. This time she does get the bunt down. Campos able to scoop it. The throw off target, making its way into right field. That's going to allow Amormino to score. She comes sliding in style for the 2-run lead here again. So the Cougars finally able to get themselves on the board and cut that Dominican lead in half, and very quickly they bump themselves right back where they were. And that's going to gather the Cougar infield here just to reconvene, settle things in a little bit. Campos, she came in and she had the off-balance throw, and then Gonzalez slid over to first, and just the way that both of those athletes were in motion, just a little bit off target. Great backup from Garcia out in right field to get there quickly, but did allow Dominican to score and bring up Peyton Salfi now to the plate. She picked up a double in her first at-bat of the day. First pitch delivered to her, up and away for ball 1. This one in there for strike number 1. Almost taking a good-sized jump on first. Hajik continually checking down on her. As that one misses up and away for ball 2. Almost 11 for 12 on stolen bases this season. So her sizable jump comes with success. As Salfi sits with the 2-1 count here. This one inside for ball 3. That one in there for strike number 2. Hofek working the inside of the plate here, able to just catch that inside corner and fills this count up 3-2. That one's going to be delivered for ball 4. Almost getting the jump right away, but safely in at second after that walk. So the first walk of the day for Hofek. And that's going to see pitching coach Sidney Ploskis-Lawher coming out to have a quick discussion with Hofek and Hajik, while the rest of the infield comes to discuss with Coach O'Malley Fisher. Reagan Davis at the plate now for Dominican. Taking a look at the Stars' schedule, just yesterday they picked up a sweep over MSOE, a conference sweep, actually winning Game 2 in 5 innings with the 10-1 victory. I mentioned earlier they're on a 4-game win streak. Prior to their games yesterday, last Sunday, they swept Rockford in 2 games. So picking up some NAC domination early here, and CUC looking to snap that streak here. Davis 0 for 1 on the day. She sits with the 1-0 count. Runners on first and second. No outs on the board. This one's going to be connected on a line drive over to first. The throw, not in time. Campos able to collect it. Salfi taking a jump on it because that ball did not look like it had much of a chance of being caught. And the throw over, a good stretch from Lorenas to try to collect it, but Salfi able to dive back in safely. Looks like she might have jammed her hand in the process, but just shaking it off and getting right back on the bag there. Stars working hard on the bases today. So that's going to put 1 out on the board and bring Emmy Slavens to the plate. She flew out in her first at-bat here today. Sac fly that scored earlier in the day. 1 of 2 runs that the Stars picked up in the top of the first. The 1-0 here. In there for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here. Hofek working through 23 pitches thrown so far. That one in there for strike 2. That ball dropped and slowed quickly, and I believe caught Slavens off guard. She wanted to swing. She held off and then took it for strike number 2 anyway. As that one misses upstairs for ball 2. This one's going to be put into play. A slow roller over to third. Campos collects it and gets the lead runner out. High IQ play there from Alyssa Campos. That ball had potential to roll foul, but where Campos was positioned on the field, it was a perfect opportunity to collect it and take the surefire out over at third. So that's going to put 2 outs on the board. Runners over on first and second. And Charlie Harris now at the plate for Dominican. Harris is 1 for 1 on the day. She picked up a single in her first at-bat. The 1-0 here for Harris. Missing inside for ball 2. This one's going to be connected on. That's going to get down in center field. Morris with a rocket sent home. That's going to prevent Salfi from scoring. But a well-placed ball dropping just into shallow center field is going to load the bases up for the Stars. The first time they've had the bases loaded here today. And that's going to bring Madison Butler now to the plate. 2 outs, bases loaded. Similar position here to where the Cougars were in the bottom half of the last inning. Hofek trying to get the Cougars out of this inning. First pitch delivered in there for strike one. Butler 0 for 1 on the day. She grounded out in her first at-bat. This one in the dirt for ball one. Collected well by Hajik to keep the base runners where they're at. Wind starting to pick up a little bit here. This one connected on, rolled over to Campos at third yet again, who takes the outs on third for out number 3. So the Cougars get out of that bases loaded jam, but the Stars, they steal a run back. CUC trails 3-1 when we come back on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, Kyler Morris leading things off, top of the order for the Cougars. As they trail by 2, Morris takes a swing at the first pitch she sees, but that's going to be easily collected out in left field by Cornell for out number 1. Emily Garcia now at the plate for the Cougars, 1 away. She's 0 for 1 here today so far, chasing her first hit. Richards still dishing in the circle for the Stars as that bunt from Garcia rolling foul. So the 0-1 count here for Garcia. That one clipping the corner of the plate for strike 2. The 0-2, she reaches to collect that one. Catches it on the end of her bat, just trying to protect the plate a little bit there. Sends it foul over onto Division Street. So she's keeping herself alive here. The 0-2 fouled off yet again. Back-to-back foul balls for Garcia. Fighting through this at-bat. The 0-2 is going to bounce off of Garcia's knee, so she's going to take her free base and hand things over to Arissa Santos. A little bit of a momentum shifter here brings Santos to the plate. Like I mentioned earlier, she's leading this CUC team. She's batting .543 on the year. She's 0 for 1 here today so far, but no better time to get started than the moment. Santos, a senior on this CUC team from Moreno Valley, California. She's been an impact player all 4 years that she's been here, including this one so far, starting as a freshman for the Cougars and never looking back, and just been an overall impact player that we've seen make a difference when she's performing well and doing a great job of keeping her team performing well as she takes that one in the dirt for a 2-0 count. As that one misses up, and a quick 3-0 count here for Santos. Santos, a two-time all-conference player, a Dean's List athlete, an academic all-district athlete, and an NFCA All-America Scholar athlete as well. She's going to take that 4-pitch walk and hand things right over to Melissa Hajik, who's also chasing her first hit of the day. I believe we're going to see a pinch runner coming in for Santos. We've seen that pretty frequently throughout this season so far, as Emmy Lucero is now going to be running on first for Santos. And Hajik at the plate here. She took a walk in her first at-bat, so she's still chasing her first hit here today. She's batting .278 on the season. But again, another one of those impact players that we've seen for CUC throughout the years. Kind of making her way through the field pretty frequently. She's behind home plate here today, but we've seen her play at first. We've seen her play at third. We've seen her kind of all over the place. As she takes that first pitch. And we're going to see the home plate umpire running over and discussing something quickly with head coach of the Stars, Christina Lucas. So the 0-1 count here for Hajik. This one's going to be low for ball one. So the 1-1 count now. Runners on first and second. This one's going to be connected on and sent deep into right field. Back at the warning track to collect it for the out. But it is going to advance the lead runner, so Harris doing a nice job collecting it, and that's going to hold Lucero at first, but allow the base runner to advance in Garcia. So runners on the corners, and that's going to bring Alyssa Campos now to the plate. Campos is 0 for 1 here today as well, as the first pitch delivered to her is upstairs for ball one. Lucero took a nice jump over on first. Davis taking a check on her. The 1-0 in there for strike one. One and one count here, 2 outs, runners on the corners. Richards trying to get the Stars out of this inning without letting the Cougars start to work their way back in. As that one misses outside for ball 2. CUC trailing by 2. They were able to tack on 1 run in the second inning, but the Stars were able to tack on a run in the top half of this inning here. As the 2-1 here, in there for strike number 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Richards delivers. This one's going to be connected on, sent over into right field, and not able to make the grab was Harris. Good attempt over in foul territory to try to collect it, but that's going to keep Campos alive here. Still the 2-2 count. The 2-2. Upstairs, ball 3. Full count now as Richards delivers this one. It's going to be put into play, and it's going to get almost through. So the diving attempt there from Salfi is going to prevent Lucero from advancing further, but Garcia is going to score, and the Cougs trail by 1. A great diving grab there from Peyton Salfi to keep that ball from getting into the outfield. And then she tried to make the throw to second, clipped Lucero, but that is going to hold Lucero over on second now. Campos on first. And CUC trails 3-2. That's going to bring Maya Lorenas to the plate. She's going to take a swing at the first pitch she sees. And Lucero is going to make contact with Selfie in the field for the out. So that's going to do it for the inning, but CUC does tack on another run as they now trail 3-2. We're going to see a new arm in the circle when we come back on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, Aaron Kelleher leading things off for the Stars, but a new arm in the circle in Alyssa Lopez. She's coming in relief of Morgan Hofek. Taking a look at that final stat line for Hofek. 2 innings pitched, 3 hits allowed, 1 walk in her 10 batters faces. That is going to be popped up and collected with ease from Auger for out number 1. Lopez coming in here today, pitching, making her 12th appearance this season for the Cougars inside the circle. This one is going to be a bunt laid down. Lorraine is able to scoop it, the flip over in time. Gonzalez getting there quickly and able to collect it and stay on base for out number 2. 2 quick outs here is going to bring up Kayla Amormino now to the plate. Amormino picked up a double in her first at-bat here today. She's going to take that one for strike number 1. As this one connected on, rolled over. Gonzalez with the flip. In time for out number 3. A quick 3 up, 3 down for the Cougars is going to send this to the bottom of the 4th with the opportunity for the Cougars to tie this or take it ahead. So we will head to the bottom of the inning. Due up for the Cougars, Auger, Gonzalez, and Goldsby when we come back on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, leading things off for CUC is Eliza Auger. She's going to take that one for strike number 1. She's chasing her first hit of the day. CUC held Dominican scoreless in the top half of the inning for the first time since the 2nd inning. And look to be able to counter here as that one is going to be chopped over to short and collected for the out. A defensive change for Dominican, now out in right field. Number 2, Addison Hasse, coming in replacement of Charlie Harris. So Gonzalez now at the plate for the Cougars with 1 away. Gonzalez chasing her first hit today as well. As she swings at the first pitch, she sees that's going to be rocketed right back into the Cougar dugout. Richards still dishing inside the circle for the Stars as she delivers that one just high for ball one. Richards nearing 70 pitches on the day so far. She sits with the 1-1 count here to Gonzalez. That's going to be a roller back to Richards. She's able to glove it and collect it for the out. Kind of took a weird hop out of her glove, but able to get the throw over in time to quickly put 2 outs on the board, and that's going to bring Haley Goldsby now to the plate for CUC. Goldsby flew out to right field in her last at-bat, as she lets that one go by for strike number 1. The 0-1 here, low and away for ball 1. This one connected on, sent past second baseman Isabella Olmos, so that is going to get Goldsby on base with 2 outs. Almost not able to cleanly glove that. And that's going to bring the top of the order up for the Cougars. Mykyler Morris at the plate. She's 0 for 2 on the day. Flown out in both of her previous at-bats, looking to put something on the ground here, as she lets the first pitch go by for strike 1. Richards doing a nice job of painting the edge of the plate there. First pitch delivered to Goldsby in the previous at-bat, and the first pitch delivered to Morris here. Same exact spot, just on that outside corner. As this one's going to be in the air into center field, and able to glove it cleanly was Kayla Amarmino for out number 3. So 3 quick outs here mixed in with Goldsby finding her way on base is going to send this to the top of the 5th. A completely scoreless inning for the first time today when we come back on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, Alyssa Lopez still dishing in the circle for the Cougars and almost leading this off for the Stars. She swings to the first pitch she sees, and tracking it in foul territory for the out is Emily Garcia over in right field. 1 pitch, 1 out, and Alyssa Lopez getting to work quickly. Peyton Salfi now at the plate for the Stars. She's 1 for 1 on the day. She's had a strong day in the field for Dominican as well. She took a walk in her last at-bat. She's going to let that one go by for ball 1. This one dropping in there for strike number 1. 1-1 count here for Salfi. This one in the dirt for ball 2. The 2-1 swung on and popped up high. Tracking and getting up underneath it is McKyler Morris for the out. So 2 quick outs here. Hands things over to Reagan Davis. Davis is 0 for 2 at the plate today. She swings the first pitch she sees. Tracking it in foul territory was Garcia, but out of play along right field. Davis had that line drive that went directly into Alyssa Campos' glove earlier in this game. As this one delivered to her in the dirt for ball 1. 1-1 count, 2 outs here. Lopez delivers this one. And that's going to get into left field, splitting the gap perfectly between Auger and Campos. So a 2-out single for Davis is going to bring Emmy Slavens up to the plate. Slavens swings through that one for strike number 1. 0 for 1 on the day. She had a sac fly earlier in the game. As she connects with that one, gets past a diving Gonzalez. Morris able to collect it and prevent any extra bases from happening, but that is going to keep the 2-out rally rolling for the Stars. Now have runners on first and second, 2 away. And for the first time today, that's going to bring Addison Haase up. First pitch to her delivered outside for ball 1. The 1-0 count here. She's going to connect with that one. Lopez able to get the throw, but nobody is at first. That's going to allow 1 run to score. Cougars just in a little bit of disbelief on the miscommunication that happened. Garcia collecting the ball out in right field. Lopez not looking, so Lorenas came in on the bunt. And Lopez, assuming that someone was at first, she just turned and made the throw before checking where anybody was. So just an unfortunate case of miscommunication there, but head coach of the Cougars, Sarah O'Malley Fisher, she's coming out, having a discussion, resettling things in for her team, and just getting everybody back on track. The Stars, they were able to tack on a run because of that error, so they go up 4-2. And that is going to leave base runners on. Still 2 away. And Madison Butler is going to be at the plate now for Dominican. Alyssa Lopez, 17 pitches thrown so far here today. Doing a nice and effective job. So base runners on second and third. 2 outs. First pitch delivered inside for ball 1. This one missing outside now makes this a 2-0 count. This one missing upstairs as Hajiq tries to throw down and catch Slavin's lacking a little bit, but diving back into the bag safely. And Butler sits with the favorable 3-0 count here. As that one, I believe, is going to hit her and put runners on every base here. And Aaron Kelleher at the plate now. Dominican doing a nice job of working with 2 outs. They're 5 for 8 at the plate today when they've got 2 outs. They're 4 for 8 at the plate with runners in scoring position. This is the second time we've seen them with bases loaded here today. As Lopez trying to work out of this jam here. Lopez delivers the 1-0. In there for strike one. This one missing low for ball 2. As Lopez is going to allow a run to score with that pitch getting away from her a little bit. So head coach of the Cougars, Sarah O'Malley Fisher, coming out. That is going to bring up a pitching change. Lopez done a nice job working through this inning, and after getting a little bit frazzled from that error earlier in the inning with 2 outs, that's going to bring in a new arm for CUC in Katie Davis, the freshman out of Colorado Springs. She's coming in as Lopez just unable to get out of that jam. So the Stars tack on another run. They go up 5-2. So while Davis warms up, we're going to take a quick break right here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network. In the mix of all that, we have a pinch runner over on second, number 29, Tamaya Jefferson. As Davis delivers strike one. This one connected on. That's going to get down in left. Goldsby collects it, and the throw home is going to prevent an extra run from scoring. But Hasi crosses with ease and tacks another run on for the Stars. They lead 6-2. 2 outs and bases remain loaded. First pitch to Amormino delivered low and away for ball 1. 1-0 count here. This one's going to get past Hajik. She's able to get the throw. That's going to allow a little bit of chaos to happen, as it looked like Jefferson wanted to come home, but then saw the way that that bounced off of the backstop and chose not to. And Davis making the throw instead over to second. Morris coming in to cover the base to try to catch a little bit of that miscommunication from the Stars. But everybody safe, and now the 2-1, or the 2-2, excuse me, 2-1 counts as Davis threw her first strike there. Swing and a miss, and they get the throw down! Hajik's been looking for it all day, and she's going to catch Jefferson off the bag to get out of the inning. CUC needed a momentum booster there, and they got it. But the Stars, they tacked on 3 in the top half of this inning, as we'll have Garcia, Lucero, and Hajik due up when we come back on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, Emily Garcia leading things off for the Cougars. She thought about showing bunt, but let that first pitch roll by for ball 1. Richards still dishing inside the circle for the Stars. Done a nice job holding the Cougars here. Only 3 hits on the day for CUC. As that one misses low for ball 2. The 2-0 to Garcia. Swung on, that's going to go right back to Richards, who's able to collect it easily for the out. And that's going to bring Emmy Lucero up to the plate here for the first time today. Lucero coming in replacement of Arissa Santos. First pitch to Lucero, in there for strike 1. Lucero connects with this one, sends it deep into the outfield. That's going to bounce high off the fence and take a bad bounce. Lucero sliding in, safe at second. A big-time double to start the inning for the Cougars. Exactly what CUC needed right now. One out on the board, but Emmy Lucero dropping that one high off the fence and getting herself into scoring position here for Melissa Hajik now at the plate. First pitch to Hajik, low for ball one. The 1-0 here, in there for strike one. The 1-1 here from Richards, swung on and missed for strike number two. That one missing, low and away for ball two. So a quick 2-2 count here for Hajik. This one connected on. That's going to get down into right field. Lucero's going to hold at third. Hajik in safe. The overthrow is going to allow Hajik to get to second, but Lucero is going to still hold at third. So a single for Hajik ends up on second base, and that's going to bring Alyssa Campos to the plate. The Stars infield coming together to have a couple words, calm things back down. One out on the board. Campos is 1 for 2 so far today. One of 5 hits the Cougars have had. 2 of those hits coming in this inning. As the Stars infield breaking apart here. Richards working through this inning here. Nearing 90 pitches on the day. So runners on second and third, 1 out. First pitch delivered from Richards to Campos is low for ball one. The 1-0. Missing low for ball two. The 2-0 in there for strike one. The 2-1 here, swung on, put into play, a chopper over to short. They're able to get the throw in time, but Lucero scoring with ease. So the Cougars tacking another run on, moving Hajik over to third, but putting 2 outs on the board. Maya Lorenas now at the plate. Lorena's 1 for 2 at the plate today. First pitch she sees is inside for ball 1. One runner on for the Cougars as this one's going to chop over to third. The throw is in time for out number 3. So an easy grab for Kelleher and able to collect the out, but CUC is going to tack one more run on in that inning as we head to the top of the 6th. CUC trails 6-3. Back here on the Cougar Sports and Network, top of the 6th. Davis still dishing inside the circle for the Cougars, and she's going to get Amormino swinging on that one. Taking a look at that final stat line for Alyssa Lopez in the circle. We didn't get a chance to run through her stats. 1.2 innings pitched, 3 hits allowed, 10 batters faced, 25 total pitches thrown, and then Katie Davis coming in here and staying in. Now sits ahead with the 0-2 count. As she's going to get Amormino swinging on that one for strike number 3. First strikeout of the day goes to Katie Davis, who catches Amormino swinging on that one and puts out number 1 on the board. Top of the order here for the Stars, and almost is going to let that one go by for strike number 1. This one missing for ball 1, now sits with the 1-1 count. Davis delivers this one just outside for ball number 2. The 2-1 swung on and missed for strike number 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Davis delivers this one upstairs for ball 3. Davis making her 11th appearance this season for the Cougars here today. As that one is in there for strike number 3. Fire me up, Katie Davis. No strikeouts all game. Davis here delivers back-to-back strikeouts for 2 outs. And trying to get the Cougars back behind their bats. As Peyton Salfi now at the plate for the Stars, operating with 2 outs. 1-0 count here for Salfi. This one's going to be put into play. A roller over to Campos, who collects it for the out, and the Cougars have a very effective inning in the field coming from Katie Davis. And they head back behind their bats as they trail 6-3, headed to the bottom of the sixth right here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, bottom of the sixth. Augur leading things off this inning. So you see nothing but momentum on their side after a very quick 3-up, 3-down inning in the field. But Augur's going to let that one go by for ball one. Hannah Richards still dishing in the circle for the Stars. As that one misses up and away for ball two. Augur still chasing her first hit here today. Sits ahead in the 2-0 count. As that one misses inside and a quick 3-0 count favorable for Augur. The 3-0 in there for strike one. The 3-1 now in there, ball four. So Augur finds her way to first, and that is going to bring Gonzalez now to the plate with a runner on. Jasmine Gonzalez 0 for 1 here today. She's chasing her first hit as well. First pitch to Gonzalez, up and away for ball one. Taking a look ahead for the Cougars, obviously they've got game 2 of today's doubleheader coming up after this one. But then on Wednesday, they're going to be hitting the road and heading north for a non-conference doubleheader against Carthage College before resuming NAC play on Saturday, where they stay up north as they travel to St. Norbert College on Saturday for a 12 and 2 p.m. start. The heart of NAC play is upon us, as CUC making it to the NAC playoffs last year, as Gonzalez rolls that one right to Butler over at first for the easy out. Butler throwing over to second, trying to catch Augur off base, but only picks up one out, moves the base runner over, and that puts Goolsby now at the plate. One out runner on second. First pitch to Goolsby. She's going to find space into left field with that. Augers heading home. Gets past the left fielder in Cornell. So Goolsby standing up at second, and another run scores for the Cougars. Haley Goolsby keeping that momentum high for the Cougars, and they trail by 2. Top of the order for CUC, Mykyler Morris now at the plate. And that is going to see a pitching change for the Stars. So Hannah Richards closing her time inside the circle. A strong and effective arm for Dominican. Done a nice job here today. As she makes her way to the dugout, we'll take a look at her final stat line here. 5.1 innings pitched, 6 hits, 4 runs allowed, 4 walks, 27 batters faced, and 98 total pitches thrown. So a really effective outing here today, but that's going to bring a new arm in Liberty Rivard. Rivard, a junior from Bradley, Illinois, coming in, trying to close this out for the Stars. Dominican has led the entirety of today. And until the last inning or so, the Cougars have struggled behind their bats, picking up the bulk of their hits here in the last 2 innings. So Rivard coming in, trying to keep that momentum on the Stars' side and slow CUC down a little bit. Obviously, Goolsby picking up a big-time hit to score a run and put a runner in scoring position with the top of the order here for CUC. As we're going to see just a quick word from Davis to Rivard. Rivard, 42 total innings pitched this season for the Stars. Making her 11th appearance inside the circle, and she's going to get Morris swinging on that one for strike number 1. .317 ERA as she delivers this one outside for ball 1. Rivard taking a second to tie her shoe. Some little breaks here as Morris gets reset. 1-1 count, 1 out, 1 runner on. Rivard delivers this one. Swung on and missed for strike number 2. 1-2 count. Favorable for the Stars. Rivard here delivers that one. It's going to be connected on. Butler can't glove it cleanly. She's able to recover and still get the out, but it is going to advance Goolsby over to third. So now 2 outs on the board. Garcia at the plate, and Goolsby in prime scoring position here. First pitch to Garcia in there for strike 1. She's 0 for 2 at the plate here today. The 0-1. Outside for ball one. The 1-1 count swung on. That's going to get over into right field. Making the diving catch is Hasi for out number 3, preventing that run from scoring. But CUC yet again able to tack 1 run on. We're going to head to the top of the 7. CUC trails 6-4 right here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, top of the 7th. Reagan Davis leading things off here for the Stars as Katie Davis still dishing inside the circle for CUC. She delivers ball 1. Cougars had a really effective inning in the field in the 6th, looking to carry on with that trend and let them get back to work on the offensive end where they trail by 2 runs. Davis now with the 2-0 count. As this one's going to be connected on and popped high into shallow right, but coming up and under it just on the edge of the dirt is Jasmine Gonzalez for out number 1. So that's going to put Emma Slavens behind the bat for the Stars with 1 away. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. This one in the dirt for ball 1. A 1-1 count now. This one fouled off, puts Davis ahead in the count. The 1-2 in the dirt, ball 2. This one fouled off the netting. Davis doing a nice job keeping herself alive in this at-bat. The 2-2. Missing just outside for ball 3. Reagan Davis working her way back into this. Katie Davis trying to stay aggressive here. The full count. In there for strike number 3! Katie Davis, another strikeout! 2 outs on the board, and that's going to bring Addison Haase up to the plate. Davis absolutely getting it done inside the circle for the Cougars. First pitch in there for strike number 1. The 0-1. The bunt laid down. Lorenas able to scoop it. The throw over in time for out number 3. A very effective inning in the field yet again for the Cougars. Sends them back behind their bats as we head to the bottom of the 7th. CUC needs 2 to stay alive when we come back on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports and Network, bottom of the 7th, CUC trails 6-4, and Emmy Lucero leading off the inning for the Cougars. Meanwhile, Liberty Rivard still dishing inside the circle for the Stars. Dominican back-to-back scoreless innings, and the Cougars, on the other hand, have had back-to-back one-run innings. CUC hasn't been able to put up more than 1 run in an inning so far today, but trailing by 2 here. They need at least 2 to stay alive as the 1-1 is connected on, sent up the middle. A diving attempt, no good from Salfi as Lucero leads things off with a single up the middle. Melissa Hajik now at the plate with some opportunities. No outs on the board, 1 runner on. Salfi a little bit slow getting back up after that diving attempt and in some pain as the Dominican athletic training staff makes their way out there, as well as the coaching staff just checking on her. So I mentioned the Cougars' upcoming schedule as they play a non-conference before jumping right back into conference play, but taking a look at Dominican, their upcoming schedule, sticking with the conference play here. They take on Lakeland University on April 4th, and then on April 11th, they'll be taking on Edgewood University. So they're sticking into the heart of conference play so far, with their final non-conference game coming at the end of April against Lake Forest College. So Salfi back on her feet and in the field. Melissa Hajika at the plate. She sits with the 1-0 count. She connects with this one, sends it right over the glove of Salfi. It's going to get into left field. Lucero's going to hold at second, and the Cougars, 1 hit at a time, putting base runners on. Campos now at the plate for CUC. No outs on the board, runners on first and second. First pitch in the dirt against Campos, rolling right by her feet. 1-0 count here in favor of Campos. Rivard delivers this one outside for ball 2. The 2-0 in there for strike number 1.
I don't know, John. That was the same spot.
The 2-1 here. Connected on. It's going to be a slow roller over to third. They make the throw to first in time, but it is going to advance the base runners. So now runners on second and third. 1 out on the board. Maya Lorenas at the plate. Kelleher over on third, able to scoop that up and get the throw in time. The way that it was a slow roller just towards the line, it was a little bit tricky to be able to collect and get that throw over, but able to do so quickly. And now Lorenas lets that first pitch go by for ball 1. The 1-0 swung on. That's going to get down in grass. 1 run's going to score. Hajik's held at third. Lorenas over on first, and the Cougars trail by 1. The hits keep coming here in the bottom of the 7th. 1 at a time, the Cougars are getting it done, and that's going to bring in another pitching change as Rivard ends her time inside the circle and hands things off to the next pitcher up. But CUC, runners on the corner bags. 1 out on the board. The game-tying run planted over on third, and that's going to bring up Rhiannon Rubio to a pitch, the sophomore from Lancaster, California, coming in trying to close this out while Dominican still has the lead. We'll get a look at the final stat line for Rivard in just a moment. Rhiannon Rubio, though, coming in, like I said, a sophomore, coming in today. 36 total innings pitched. She has 1 save on the season. Could make it 2 here today. Season ERA 4.28. So a pinch runner over on first for the Cougars. Coming in to run in place of Maya Lorenas is Charlize Gonzalez. So coming in, trying to get some speed on the base paths here. She represents the game-winning run over on first for the Cougars. Eliza Auger at the plate for CUC. Auger 0 for 2 on the day. She's chasing her first hit, but it has been a hit after hit after hit here for the Cougars in the bottom of the 7th. An eerily similar spot to where the Cougars and the Stars were at this time last year when these two teams matched up last season. They were both walk-off wins for the Cougars after Dominican had mostly dominated the game. So the 1-0 count here in favor of Auger. 1 out on the board. This one missing outside for ball 2. The 2-0 count. Rubio here. She delivers. That one's going to be fouled off along the netting. So the 2-1 now. Rubio delivers this one. That's going to be swung on the throw. And they're going to turn two with it. The line drive out, and they're going to catch Gonzalez off the bag and get the throw over. So the Stars hold on to their lead by quite literally inches and take the 6-5 Game 1 victory over the Cougars, turning a double play on that one. But that is going to do it for Game 1. Final stat line, Dominican 6 runs on 10 hits, 1 error. CUC 5 runs on 9 hits and 3 errors. But Game 2 will be happening here in just about 30 minutes, so don't go anywhere because we'll have all of that for you right here on the Cougar Sports Network.
Much for tuning in to today's Concordia University Chicago Cougars Athletics broadcast. We hope to see you on campus very soon. If you would like to learn more about what Concordia Chicago has to offer, go to cuchicago.edu.